The room was still, almost too quiet for a hospital hallway. Senator John Kennedy had just finished visiting an old friend who was recovering from surgery. As he made his way toward the elevator, he heard a soft voice behind him, hesitant yet desperate. "Senator Kennedy, may I have just a moment?" He turned and saw a young nurse, no older than 30, standing nervously by the door. Her badge read Claire Matthews. She had kind eyes, but they were tired, shadowed by something heavy she carried inside. Kennedy, known for his warmth even outside the Senate floor, stepped closer and nodded. "Of course, ma'am. What's on your mind?" he said gently. Claire glanced around to make sure no one was listening. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "Something's happening here in this hospital, things that aren't right. Patients are being turned away, treatments denied, not because we can't help them, but because they can't pay enough. I've seen people die waiting for care. And the administration is covering it up." Kennedy froze. The weight of her words struck him harder than any political debate he had ever been part of. She looked terrified, yet determined. "I don't know who else to tell," she whispered, "but you fight for people, and these people need someone." Kennedy placed a hand over his heart and promised her softly, "I'll look into this. You have my word." That night, her words echoed in his mind long after he returned home. He thought about the families in his state, the people who worked hard but often couldn't afford a doctor's visit. He thought about how many lives might have been lost, not to illness, but to greed. Sleep did not come easily. The very next morning, the story broke across every major news channel: local nurse blows whistle on hospital corruption. There was Claire Matthews, her face pale but resolute, speaking into microphones outside the hospital. Her voice trembled at times, but her truth rang clear. She exposed the systemic negligence, the falsified records, and the administrators who had put profits above lives. Reporters swarmed. Cameras flashed. The hospital board rushed to deny everything, but Claire's evidence was undeniable: documents, emails, and even testimonies from other nurses who, emboldened by her courage, stepped forward too. Senator Kennedy watched the broadcast from his office. He felt a swell of admiration for her bravery but also a deep concern for the storm she had just walked into. Whistleblowers rarely had an easy road. He knew the hospital's lawyers would come after her, the media would scrutinize her every detail, and powerful people would try to silence her. That afternoon, Kennedy held a press conference of his own. Standing tall, with his signature plain-spoken honesty, he said, "What Claire Matthews has done is nothing short of heroic. She saw wrong, and she refused to look away. That takes courage the size of the Mississippi. And I promise you this: her voice will not be drowned out. If there are